Our next guest is first-year Irish men's assistant basketball coach, Ryan Ayers. You'll, of course, remember Ryan. He saw action in all 4 years on the Irish roster when he was a player, appearing in 117 games and making 51 starts. He served as team captain in 2008-09 alongside teammates Zach Hillsland, Kyle McElarney, and Luke Zeller. A sweet shooting swing guard forward. You like that?
Yeah.
Ayers is fourth on the all-time list for career three-point shooting, 11th in three-point field goals made. He went on to a pro career, started with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, played in Finland and France. Then he got into coaching, and most recently coached a couple of years at Bucknell. And now you're back here at Notre Dame, and we talked a little bit actually on the air after the victory over Wake Forest. For you, this is a big deal being back here.
Yeah, it really is. I always consider this a second home for me, and it's just good to give back to a program that gave me so much. This was one of the best 4 years of my life. This time span, it's just been great to work with these kids, and I've been very fortunate enough to be in this opportunity.
And how much more important, not just coming back to your alma mater, but coming back to play for your head coach.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I felt like I gave him everything I had for 4 years, and it's nice just to work with him and learn under him. I mean, I've been a part of his seasons where he's got Big East Coach of the Year twice, National Coach of the Year, so it's nice just to learn under one of the best in the country.
Does he treat you any differently as an assistant coach compared to how he treated you as a player?
No, he's he's great to work for. He's really easy to talk to, like he's always been as a player. He's on you. He expects a lot of us just because we know the system, we know what to expect, and especially competing at the highest level in this league in college basketball. He really wants his assistants to be on top.
He's always been really balanced for a head coach. But has he even mellowed a bit more, maybe? Or has he gone the other way?
I think he's mellowed a little bit more. I tell these guys, like, these guys got it easy compared to what we had it back, 10 years ago. But he's done a great job of balance on knowing. He's always had this tactic of knowing when to get on guys, when to back off of them, when to instill confidence, when to light a fire up their butt a little bit. That's kind of his strength that he's always had, and it's obviously shown us his production.
Now, what impact do you think that you and Eric and Ryan Humphrey have had coming back onto the staff on him?
Well, I think we've kind of maybe – what's the word I'm looking for? I guess brought some energy. There it is. Brought some energy back to the staff, and I think he's excited that we've been in the shoes that he's trying to coach these players today, and we've been there. We can kind of relate, oh, coach, you remember this game when we did this tactic, or do you remember this play? And it kind of brings alive, a little bit of life to him, and it's been really nice to be a part of.
Well, I've talked to him about it too. He now thinks he has a responsibility to teach you guys how to be successful coaches and ultimately head coaches. Last few years, he didn't have a whistle. Did he have a whistle in practice when you guys played here?
Not really. I think Coach Bolanos was doing most of the whistle calling there, on the fouls and everything,
I mean, and I don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that he's not trusting you guys, but he's much more hands-on right now because I think he's showing you guys how he wants it done. But I think he's enjoying taking back some of the responsibility that he delegated.
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. And it's been great. Just, for me, just to watch him work and watch what he feels is important, it's easy for me to instill into our guys. I was once in our guys' shoes, so it's nice to kind of understand what he's saying, but it is, from a coaching perspective, it's much easier to learn from.
I mean, Rob Bolanos has been with him forever, and it's always the answer to assistant coach who's most like Coach Bray.
Right.
Almost everybody says Rod Bolanos, but all the other assistants are now former Notre Dame captains. And you're from different eras, but you all kind of connect together. What is that grouping like, working with guys who are all captains here?
Well, it's great. There's a mold of being a Notre Dame man here, and I think it's just being a good person, being able to play hard, knowing the game, and we all kind of fit that in different lifespan of Coach Bray's time here, and it's been really neat to work with. We all relate to each other. We all rooted for each other once in a lifetime. I remember watching Hump and Coach Swanigan, and then watching Eric when I was playing professionally. And it's been great to kind of all work together and collaborate.
You still play a little bit, and you're still pretty darn good. I was watching you guys play the other night. When did it become obvious to you that it was time to stop playing? And you went to Europe. Some guys make a lot of money over there. I've also heard the horror stories. You play 2 months and the check bounces.
Right.
But when did you decide, I have to move on? And how hard was that?
To be honest with you, the decision was kind of made for me. I got a really good opportunity to start my coaching career at Bucknell University, which I'm very thankful to Coach Paulson for that. I was still kind of looking through some options of going back and play because that was my original plan for that summer. And then this opportunity to be an assistant right away opened up, and I just felt I really needed to jump on it to further my career because I knew this is what I wanted to do when I was done playing.
I think most people know you're the son of Randy Ayers, the former longtime head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, also Philadelphia 76ers, still in the NBA as a scout. So you grew up in a big-time coaching household. Yeah. When did you first start thinking about being a coach yourself?
I think probably in high school. I started really thinking about it. You know, I come from a teaching family with my mom being a teacher as well at my high school, and obviously my father being a coach. But I just loved how he always worked at the game, I was up watching film with him in a middle school and high school, so I've always had that kind of passion for the behind-the-scenes part of basketball.
Do you think that helped you as a player?
Absolutely. Probably a little too much. I was always so hard on myself on being a perfectionist because I come from a coaching family. I knew every mistake I made. And, you know, my dad knew it from his perspective as well. So, but it has made me a better coach. I think I see the game a little better because of that.
So when you were playing here, for example, did your dad talk to you a lot about things that you should do or not do, or did he kind of just back away a little bit and just leave it to the coaches here?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. He was really good at knowing when to back off and when to be on me. Just little things here on what I need to do better, but obviously he gave my whole time to Coach Bray and what the coaches really tried to implement. And this is why I came here, because it was my style of play, very basketball IQ oriented, really good for shooters and things like that.
How did your 2 years at Bucknell help you?
It really helped me to see the behind-the-scenes part. As a player, you don't really get to see what the coaches really do. I mean, I did a little bit growing up, but just the hard work that it really goes into the preparation of a game, the preparation of a program, development of players, it really helped me. I was hands-on there, and it really kind of jump-started me into my passion for coaching. You
know, we talk about blue bloods in college basketball. I think a lot of people don't realize Notre Dame really is a blue blood. 7th in all-time wins.
Yep.
They've moved up from 11th to 7th since Coach Bray has been here. So maybe it's not Carolina or Kentucky, but it's pretty close, and you won the ACC title a few years ago. You regularly beat Louisville. Now you're regularly beating Duke and Carolina. So I guess my point is it seems that, and it's something Coach wants. Martin Inglesby did the same thing.
Yeah.
He wants you to go someplace a little smaller first.
Right.
Even though you played here, you have to go get that seasoning before you can be successful at this level.
Absolutely, and I think at a school like Bucknell, a school like University of Delaware, you just really learn how to become a coach. You're working hands-on with the players there, and just your maturation as a teacher, as a director of a program really can mature there.
How good can this year's team be? Now that you got that win over Wake Forest, you're back on the winning track.
I think this team can be really good. We have a really good culture, a really great group of guys. That's been probably the best part about my transition coming back, is that the guys here really want to win and play for each other and play for this university, and it's been a pleasure of coaching. So if we do what we're supposed to do and the coaches do a good job of preparing these guys, I really think we can really do some big things this year.
Thanks for taking the time on a semi-off day during a very busy time of year, Ryan.
Thank you so much, Jack, for having me.
And that will do it for this week's edition of the Jack Swarbrick Show. Jack with capital J, Mr. Swarbrick himself, will be back next week. Until then, for everybody who works really hard to turn this show out every week, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks for listening, and go Ayers.